like my fancy new blue light. Actually, it's the same light, but I forgot I can control the color of that, so add a little bit of color to this video. So, series has been going pretty well. People have been leaving comments. Thanks to Dave and Tim who've been commenting on the videos. You know, I've been throwing a lot of YouTube ideas out there, and this one seems to be sticking a little bit, so we're just gonna keep doing this thing. Lots of exciting things happened today. First, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K footage came out, which is the new camera that I'm getting in September, so I'm really excited about that. New Nikon Mirrorless cameras were announced. DJI Mavic stuff was announced. A lot of cool stuff there, but that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about new music and what all the new music is about. So let's get right to it. Okay, so random word generator. List. The word of the day is list. And why did my browser just disappear? All right, well, whatever. The random word was list. Let's go to Spotify, type in the word list, and I'll go to songs. All right, there's a lot of listen to stuff, okay? Doobie Brothers, Roxette, again, I've heard of these people before, Beyonce. I wanna kind of listen to something that I haven't really heard of at all before. So I'm gonna scroll down a bit. What's piquing my interest here? There's a song called Shelia by Oasis that I've never heard of. That's weird, but again, I've heard of Oasis. I'm gonna go with Beartooth. All right, so this song is called Bad Listener by Beartooth from the album Disease/Bad Listener. All right, Bad Listener by Beartooth. Let's check it out. So what's funny is when I kind of, saw Bad Listener, Beartooth, Disease, I was picturing maybe a little bit on the harder, metal thrash side, and that's kind of what it's sounding like right now. The vocals right away are very, hardcore kind of thrash. So I don't even know what this genre is really called. Again, in high school, I used to call this like hardcore metal thrash music. Kind of like, screaming vocals and kind of really heavy drums, a lot of double bass kick drums, screaming vocals. That's what it kind of sounds like. It's kind of like, the kind of instruments kind of sound a little bit like Rage Against the Machine a bit. All right, that's it. Bad Listener by Beartooth. It's funny, I haven't heard music like that in a long time. So I grew up in Pembroke, Ontario. Back then, I actually started a cover band in high school. And back then, almost all the bands in high school were this kind of hardcore metal thrash. Again, like crazy drummers, really fast strumming and screaming vocals. This kind of music brings me back to that a little bit, like, bands like Pantera. It's all these other, I didn't really listen to that much music like this. So I don't want to pretend that I know music like this. But it's funny, listening to it now, I probably wouldn't listen to this again, in the sense that I wouldn't put it in my regular rotation. But, listening to it and kind of just like, jamming out to it, I was like, I'm surprised how much I got into it. It's funny because yesterday I just was watching the original Matrix, and the end song of that, Rage Against the Machine, had such a wicked kind of guitar part and like drums kicking in and stuff like that. And this kind of had that, like I felt the instrumentation of this was really good. I feel like the super poppy version of this music was Evanescence. Like Evanescence made this kind of music super popular and accessible, but it's very different. It's kind of that kind of instrumentation, but paired with, again, these kind of screaming vocals, these like people just belt it out and just like, like everything they can do into that. So it's kind of interesting to hear this music again. Bad Listener by Beartooth from the Disease/Bad Listener album. If you guys have never heard this type of music before, this is what this series is all about. Exposing yourself to music like this. I'm very curious actually how new or old this band is. I'm very curious how big this type of music is these days, because I just haven't heard it in a really long time. If you guys are new to this channel, don't forget there is a Spotify playlist. Check it out in the description below. Leave your comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Bad Listener by Beartooth. I want to hear suggestions from you guys. Thanks to the people who've been commenting already. Thanks to the people who have been subscribing. This is what this is all about. Let's get more and more stuff going. All right, I guess that's pretty much it. We will see you guys in the next one.